ذائقة الموت وقال كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين أما بعد فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى صلوات. So our discussion is on a very important topic. We have been talking on it for several weeks. And it is the rights of your community members. حق أهل ملتك. So we discussed many rights, but since today is the martyrdom day, according to one riwayat of the daughter of the last prophet, Fatima al-Zahra salamullah alayha, we want to see her practice and what she has done to keep the nation, the Muslim nation, united. And not just Muslim nation, but what was her message for the entire humanity. In very little time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given us, her in this world, 18 years. Her entire age was 18 years. And when she was 18, she was killed, she was martyred. Her whole life, and every day and every single hour of her life is a message for all of us. She was the greatest lady of all times. And she is the leader of the ladies of paradise. Look to her age and see her position, her merits. She is the center of all goodness and all merits. She is the center of infallibility, ismat. And she was the only daughter of Prophet. She was so great in status in the eyes of the Prophet himself that whenever she would come, the Prophet would stand up in her respect. Standing up for respect in our culture and in Islam, it is a great manifestation or expression of respect. Nothing more than this. You cannot do more than this, that when somebody comes, you stand up for him. And usually you stand up for people who are, older than you or more knowledgeable than you, or for any reason they have some merits for which you want to respect him and show your respect, and you stand up for them. Prophet is standing for whom? For his own daughter. Keep in mind, it is happening in such an environment when people would feel ashamed having a daughter. It was the time. And the Prophet is standing up, the highest level of expression of respect to her daughter. Do you think that this was because she was a daughter? Only this is the reason? If this was the only reason, then every father is supposed to stand up for his daughter, and it should become a sunnah. But we don't hear from anybody, we don't see that this became a sunnah, that you stand up for your daughter. Yes, you love your daughter, you show all respect and love towards her, but standing up, is this sunnah? It's not sunnah. But the Prophet was doing. And what does sunnah mean? The definition of sunnah is whatever the Prophet has done and said is called sunnah. So it's supposed to become a sunnah, a tradition, that whatever he has done, we also should do it. But we don't do it. And neither it is recommended by Islam that when your daughter comes, you should stand up. You love her, respect her. You really miss whatever you want to say and do to show your love and respect towards her. Yes, it is fine. And even if you stand up, it's not forbidden, but it's not recommended either. This is the point. So why one of the practice of the Prophet is not sunnah for us? There is a question. While whatever he has done and whatever he has said is called sunnah. Right? It is sunnah. Sunnah means a tradition for us, we have to follow it. Or at least a recommendation to follow it. But we don't find anything like this in any sect. While all of them agree that yes, كلما أقبلت إليه قام إليها ورحبها وأجلسها في مكانه. Whenever she would come, he would stand up, welcome her, and make her sit on his place. Look at this respect. You don't do this if you are in the office, your daughter comes and you stand up for her and you welcome her in such a way and make her sit in your place, in your seat. You don't do that. So are you doing something against the tradition of Rasul? No. It means it was not because of she was a daughter only. Otherwise, it would have become a sunnah for everyone. Rather, it was another reason, because she was she. She was Fatima. Not every daughter is Fatima. So the tradition becomes this, that you should stand up if you are there and Fatima comes. Not your daughter. Fatima herself. When she comes, that's why all the Sahaba, they have to stand up when she comes. Whenever she would come, they had to stand up. You might say, no, we don't see in any tradition that the Sahaba would stand up for her. Yes, you are right. But think, if the Prophet is alone, it's fine. She is coming, he is standing up. But if the Prophet is not alone, and people are sitting around him, all his companions, what do you think? That companions would remain sitting? And the Prophet is standing up alone? This is a disrespect for the Prophet. When he is standing up, then everybody should stand up. You might say, no, they were standing up for the Prophet, not for Fatima. Fine. So they were standing up for the Prophet because the Prophet was standing up for Fatima. So ultimately, the respect was for Fatima. So she was so great and respectful and respected personality in Islam. Now see, according to our topic, when we are speaking on how to bring the community together and keep the unity and love and affection and harmony among ourselves, because this is one of the rights of our community members, that we should ta'allufuhum wa istislahuhum. This is what we are talking about under the, in the light of Risalatul Huquq of Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam. So look, this is, it is very hard. It is very hard when Because many times you might have a competition with somebody. You might have some reasons, personal reasons with someone or a group of people within the community. So many issues might be there, and you have to overcome all those things and issues and emotions in order to maintain peace in the community. When you do that, you need what? If you remember what I said, you need the spirit of compromise. Compromise means what? You're giving up some of your rights. If you insist that I want this, and the other person insists, I want this, here conflict starts. The more you insist, the more distance will be between you and the other person. And it will end up sometimes with a kind of animosity and grudge, and this grudge will remain. Think about anyone that you have any difference with, and think that if it comes to just forgive him, let everything go. It's hard, right? Remember last night's majlis? The Prophet for Fatima is saying what? Inni silmun liman salamhum. I am in peace with whoever in peace with them. So the center of peace and love and unity is who? Fatima salamullah alayha. This is what the center of peace and unity. وَحَرْبٌ لِمَنْ حَارَبَهُمْ. And I'm at war against those who are at war against these people. Fatima and her immediate family and relatives. So in peace with whoever in peace with her. So here it makes it very easy for us. The issue of compromise within the community becomes very easy. Simple. Apparently it's very hard. How can I forgive this person? How can I forgive this person? How can I do this? How can I give up? How can I give up my rights? He said this to me. He did this to me. Yeah, many things. This is true. And it is hard. Miss, you overcome all those angers and grudges and all those things. Yeah, I agree. It happens to me myself. Everybody goes through those situations. But how to really maintain that? Peace. Ta'alufuhum. To make peace among people. To settle their differences. If you see two mu'mineen are not talking to each other, how to bring them together in friendship. So this is the best thing that we always to keep in mind. Inni silmun liman salamakum. Period. I'm in peace with whoever is peace with. When we read the Ziyarat of Imam Hussein, this is what I said last night's majlis, if somebody was here. Look. When we read the Ziyarat of Imam Hussein, we say, Inni silmun liman salamakum. I'm in peace with whoever is in peace with you. Are you standing there and speaking what is right, or astaghfirullah, lying? Are you lying with Imam Hussein directly to him? Or no? Or you want to skip this sentence? If you skip it, it's fine then. Skip it. Don't say this. But if you're saying, it means what? I'm in peace, O Imam Hussein. The same what Rasulullah said to Fatima and Ahlul Bayt. I'm in peace, I have no problem with anybody who has no problem with you. Look how amazing is this. How beautiful is this. So great. Now you see, okay, I have this difference with this moment. I have this difference with this moment. I have this difference with my wife, with my wife thinks with my husband, my children, my parents, my uncle, my relatives, my cousin, my friends, my neighbor, anybody. But the person who I have differences with, he doesn't have any differences with Imam Hussein. He loves Imam Hussein. Make sure that he loves Imam Hussein. If really he's loving Imam Hussein, then what kind of grudge will remain in our heart then for him? And why? So Fatima Zahra Salamullahi alayha, and her family is until today are the center for unity for all of us. And this is the name that brings us all together under one roof. Roof of love of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. We have no differences. Little differences is natural, it's fine, but no more than those very natural kind of things. So, see herself, what she has done. So this is first thing. Look, what I said, compromise. So compromising, it becomes easy when we say this word. But a broader unity among two centers, among two communities, two cities, two countries, two group of people, it needs more than compromise. It needs more than compromise. Many times it needs sacrifice. In compromise, you many times give up something, but you're getting something in return. Compromise, some kind of dealing. Okay, fine, you do this and I will do this, I will give up this, you give up this, compromising. In sacrifice, it is just one way issue. Just I am giving up my rights all the time. One way, one-sided. Believe me, if we learn from Ahlul Bayt, this great quality of getting and remaining ready all the time for sacrifice, then see the results. Yeah, it is very hard in the beginning, totally hard, but the results are so sweet and fruitful. And see, today, whenever we find Islam, if there are Muslims, if there is Islam, if there are masajid, if there is Kaaba, if there is Quran, if there are people who say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, it is because of the sacrifice of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, which starts with the sacrifice and great sacrifice of Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha herself. You don't have much time in this khutbah, but see. Khutbah of Fatima herself. When her right was snatched, right of Fadak. See her sirat, subhanallah, amazing. Nobody can show such a patience, such a level of sacrifice. Her right was snatched. She was the daughter of the greatest person in the entire human history, at least for Muslims. Muslims have no argument on this reality, that the Prophet was and is the greatest after Allah. No one can supersede anything that belongs to Rasulullah, because he is after Allah. She was daughter of such a great person. She could do anything at that time. She could take the revenge, and she and Imam Ali both together could fight, and maybe could gain some supporters, Or Imam Ali himself, he didn't need any supporter. He was so strong and powerful, everybody knew that just if he would have used his sword, nobody could do anything against him. Nobody dared to come in front of Imam Ali to confront him. He was so strong. Everybody knows. Everybody. These are the realities that we don't need to provide any proofs for them. These are obvious truths. But what happened in her khutbah, the khutbah is named with khutbah fadak. But in the entire khutbah, you will find she is talking, speaking on those points which bring all people together. Look, istislahum, inshallah we'll talk about the istislahum. Talab islah, to seek reform in the community, to bring them together. Very little she talked about fadak by itself, Tawheed, Risalat, Quran, Islam, the philosophy of ahkam, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made salat wajib, psalm, and fast, hajj and zakat and adl, and all the reasons for or do's and don'ts in Islam. She's speaking in details about it. She's supposed to go and say, okay, this is my right, this is my fadak, please give me back. This is my right. And she should have talked only on that issue. But no. That was very small part of the whole khutbah, the entire khutbah in this, and this is the conclusion, and this will be the conclusion of my khutbah as well. Subhanallah. I always request when I speak on mimbar or in my tafsir class or this khutbah that, and mashallah, some people are doing it amazingly. And when other ulama come here and they hear from them, they get amazed. What is it? That short sentences in Arabic, memorize them. Why cannot do it? I have in this center, I told you, people, mashallah, they have memorized so many ayat from this mimbar, from here, from tafsir. Ayat in Arabic, so easy. Just give 3 minutes, just 3 minutes. One ayat, when you hear or any sentence, repeat it 3 times a day for 1 week. This sentence will be yours. So simple. But if you have a will, you can do it. Don't say, oh, it's hard, it's Arabic. How can I remember Arabic? How can I repeat Arabic? You can do it. You can do it. So this is one of the sentences. Remember them. Note them. Write them in khutbah. And if I speak on unity and reconciliation and peace and love for 100 khutbahs, it will not be equal to this sentence that I'm telling you. And this is from Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha. What is it? She is giving the reasoning for everything that Allah has made obligatory for us when she reached to wa ita'atana. Wa ita'atana nizaman lil millah. Look, so simple. Why Allah made it obligatory for people to obey us? Why our obedience is so important? Why? Nizaman lil millah. So that millat, ummah, nation. So in the nation there will remain system and unity. They will remain united and systematic. So system will remain if they keep following us for the system. This is one. The other sense. Wa imamatana. And why he made our imamat obligatory for everybody to accept? Amanan min al-furqa. Amanan min al-furqa. To protect them from dispute and disunity. to protect the millat and ummah from disunity, they need only one thing, one thing. Without this, they cannot be united ever in their life until the day of judgment. This is what Fatima said. Salamullah alayha. And what is it? It is imamatana, our imamat. So two things, if you focus on these two things, you will never be divided, never be divided. Or you are not with these two things. One, ita'at of Ahlul Bayt, another imamat of Ahlul Bayt. Ita'at and imamat. This is what Fatima said. So remember this sentence. Remember, I am insisting on that. Inshallah, or you enjoy, read about it more, study more, keep some time for studying your own religion. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you by Fatima al-Zahra, salamullah alayha. May Allah increase her love, her in-depth recognition and the knowledge about her sirat and her ahkam in our heart, inshallah, and keep us in the day of judgment among her followers and her lovers and Shi'as, inshallah.